Hello, all of you beautiful souls. My name is Larissa and welcome to my YouTube. In today's video, I wanted to be sharing my experience with incorporating meditation into my life, how it has transformed my life, and some tips if you are new to meditation and wish to embark on this journey with me. There are so many benefits to incorporating a daily practice of meditation into your life. Everything from physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It can just be so life-changing, and I highly recommend it. In one of my recent videos, I had some requests from some of you to make a more in-depth video in how I balanced my hormones, my skin, and my energy. And this is one of the aspects that I incorporated into my life on an even deeper level than ever before to really help, because like I said, meditation doesn't just help you feel better mentally, but it can actually really affect you on a physical level. Everything with your hormones to your energy levels to your physical body on the smallest scale, from how your cells function. And so it's really important to understand how beneficial this practice really is. But as requested, I will still be making a more in-depth video on all the little details, all of the things that I did to get my body back in harmony and in balance to assist with my skin and my hormones and all of that. So stay tuned for that video. That will be coming out shortly. But today's video, we are going to be focusing on meditation. It's important to realize that everything starts out first as energy before it manifests into the physical, which is why addressing physical symptoms that have to do with our health on an energetic level can be very beneficial, rather than just trying to focus on the physical things that we can do to fix certain things with our health or with our life. And so what is meditation? There are so many different ways to meditate. Meditating doesn't have to just be sitting in silence with your eyes closed. There is an endless possibility to explore in the world of meditation. Meditation really is just coming into the present moment, slowing down, taking time to connect deeply with yourself and with the world around you at times as well. A lot of the times it is about tuning into the internal world and tuning out the external world, but we can also be in beautiful places in nature and tune in to the beauty all around us in a meditative state. But the most common form of meditation usually involves sitting down, sitting up straight, and slowly breathing, closing our eyes, tuning into our internal environment, and really getting into the present moment to remember the only thing that exists in reality is that present moment. And we can tune in and become aware of exactly what's going on in our internal environment. That is going to reflect what is projected in our external environment. And the more we practice this on a regular basis and practice sitting in our subconscious mind and learning the techniques to rewire our subconscious mind, the better we can get at being a mindful creator of our reality rather than mindlessly creating our reality, because we all are creators of our realities, whether we realize it or not. And every thought and emotion is definitely going to produce some sort of outcome in your external world. So that's why meditation is so great, because we give ourselves an opportunity to sit in that internal environment that is creating what we're projecting externally, and we can really create a deep relationship with that inner world within us and start to shift things in a positive direction. It's also really helpful to understand the different brainwave states that we produce as humans. We have high beta, which is a very stressed state of being where all of our attention is placed on our external reality in a fight or flight survival situation, which is important if we are in danger. And that's why we have the ability to be in that state, but it is very unhealthy for our bodies to live in that state of high beta in these higher brainwave states. Then we have low beta, which is just a typical sort of alert state of being as you're going about your day. And then there's alpha, which is a more relaxed state where you're still conscious, and this is a healthier state to be in than beta. And then as you get into meditation, You slow your breath down, you slow your brain waves down, and you start to slip into theta. And this is the state of hypnosis. This is the state of entering into the subconscious mind, where we can really start to do the reprogramming. And it's also important to realize it's the state that we're in when we're watching TV, when we're sort of in kind of like that hypnotic state, like I mentioned. And, you know, I feel like a lot of big industries are aware of this, and this is why TV is called programs, because they're able to program our subconscious mind with advertisements and messages in movies and TV that we watch. So it is good to be mindful of that when you're watching TV and you're in that hypnotic state, you are more easily programmed. So how can we end up using that knowledge to our benefit? Well, we can do things like listen to affirmations while we're in this meditative state, or we can do our own reprogramming through certain techniques while we're in meditation to reprogram our own mind for our own benefit, for our highest good, rather than letting society program it for us. And we can also, when we're tapped into that state, undo a lot of the programming that has been pushed on us our entire lives. One of the biggest benefits I noticed when I first started incorporating meditation into my life was it helped me so much with my mental health. As someone who used to struggle with depression and anxiety when I was younger, this was a huge game changer in overcoming all of that on my journey. Meditation is also known to help lower cortisol levels, which is huge in balancing hormones and just, you know, obviously helping you live a more stress-free life, less inflammation, less disease in general. I've been able to become a lot more mindful throughout the day, and I rarely ever have racing thoughts or severe anxiety and stress. I'm just in a much more calm state, and I can really just observe my thoughts on a day-to-day basis and detach from my thoughts and emotions a lot better to just understand why they're there and help them move through me rather than attaching and staying stagnant and stuck in my body and causing issues later on down the road. Because negative thoughts and emotions, when they get stuck in your body, can actually have a really negative impact on your physical health. So as you practice meditation and get better and better at letting them go, letting them flow through you, and understanding why they're there and sending them love, and just having a healthier relationship with yourself, it just gets so much easier over time and makes life more enjoyable, more stress-free, and it's amazing. I've also noticed I feel so much closer to my higher self, to God, source, whatever you want to call it, but I feel so much more connected to that oneness and also more powerful. My intuition is stronger. I've definitely noticed heightened psychic abilities and stronger abilities to manifest more easily, to be living my dream life more effortlessly, and to just be feeling good on a daily basis, which is something that I am now addicted to, instead of being addicted to feeling those negative feelings because it becomes what you're comfortable feeling. If you grow up in our standard world, that's just what we're taught to feel, and we get addicted to familiar feelings. So once again, this is another huge reason meditation is so life-changing, because when we can rewire what we are naturally used to feeling on a daily basis and get addicted to feeling good, that's what we will gravitate towards, is thoughts and feelings and actions that make us feel good, and we'll start to see more good in our external reality. And I am really excited to announce something that I've actually been very passionately working on behind the scenes, which is making some guided meditations for you all to share here on YouTube. And this is going to be so life-changing. I really hope you all will enjoy these meditations. My goal, as I've said, is to start posting videos regularly once a week. And so I'm hoping to once a month have one of those videos be a guided meditation. The first guided meditation video that I will be releasing a week after this video comes out will be a shorter beginner style guided meditation to help ease all of you out there who are new to meditation into it. So yeah, just putting that out there that's what's coming next. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe if you're not already, and I really hope you all will enjoy it. And so for any of you who want to join along and are new, I'm going to be giving a little bit of tips on how to get started meditating and incorporating meditation into your daily life. if you already do meditate regularly, you can stick around and listen to these tips because they could also help you if you are experienced as well, but maybe would like to improve your meditation experience. So let's get into some of those tips now. And so with these tips, since I will be releasing my first meditation next week, if you're new, you can start practicing some of these techniques that I will be mentioning in this video and getting ready for the video I will be releasing next week so that you can dive into my first guided meditation that I will be sharing with you all. And I hope these tips will be helpful. So before diving into your first guided meditation, I think it's really important to just start to become comfortable with observing the mind and sitting with your thoughts as they come and go. The purpose of meditation isn't to have no thoughts at all. That's, very rare to reach those absolute states of bliss where your mind really does quiet down for a period of time, and you can achieve that, but that's not the goal of meditation, to just have zero thoughts, because that's really almost impossible to achieve. It is instead about shifting into the state of the conscious observer and kind of shifting into your higher self, where you're a little bit more detached from the experience that you're having here as a human, and you're more so just observing. You're observing those thoughts as they come and go, and you're not getting sucked down the path that they want to take you on, that, never-ending dialogue that you have going on in your mind constantly, but instead just detach and realize what's happening within you, and to constantly just be coming back to the present moment, which is why it's a great tip to focus on your breath. Because when you're sitting down in meditation and you're slowly breathing in and out and you're focusing on your breath, your awareness comes fully to the present moment, because that's really all that is existing in your reality, is your breath coming in and out. Nothing in the external world exists. Nothing in the future or the past exists. It's just that present moment. And so as your thoughts come and go, you can realize they're either thinking about the future or the past or your external environment. And as you become aware of them and realizing that whatever they're focused on doesn't exist unless you put your awareness on it. So if you take your awareness off of them and put it back on your breath, then you're back in the present moment, experiencing the only thing that exists. And when you shift from awareness instead of thinking, then you're shifting into meditation, because you can't really be thinking and focusing on awareness at the same time, which is why a lot of guided meditations will have you put your awareness on certain parts of your body. And this helps, once again, to slow the mind down, because when you're in a state of awareness, of sensing a part of your body or a sensation in your body, you can't really have thoughts at the same time. So the first technique that I ever used when I first started meditating, that I highly recommend for beginners, is to simply sit in a quiet place, sit up straight, and focus on your breath in silence. Set a 1-minute timer and just close your eyes and breathe. Focus on your breath and repeat to yourself in your mind, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Because that's literally all that's existing in that moment. It will help you come back to the present moment. Anytime your thoughts start to wander, don't judge yourself. Don't start thinking about how you're thinking. Do not start to get stressed about the fact that you're having thoughts. Just detach from them and come back to your breath over and over again. No matter how many times your attention starts going in a different direction, just come back to the present moment. And doing this for 1 minute for, maybe 1 to 2 to 3 days in a row, and then increasing the time to 2 minutes, to 5 minutes, to 10. Just work your way up slowly, and you'll get more and more comfortable with sitting with your thoughts and observing and detaching, because I know a lot of people have a hard time sitting with their thoughts, slowing their mind down, and just, sitting with that discomfort that might come up, because I know it's not the most comfortable thing to do, but over time you'll start to enjoy it more and more as it gets easier. You can start doing more fun meditations, getting into manifesting, creating your life, all of that. But first, you need to start learning how to tap into your internal world and tune out the external world, slowing those brain waves down and coming into the present moment. And just remember, it's called a practice for a reason. And so, like I said, don't get upset if you're having thoughts. Just let them pass by like clouds floating through a sky, and it'll get easier over time. The more and more you're consistent, the more you practice. It's almost impossible to ever be perfect at this. It's just an experience, and it should just get easier and easier and more enjoyable over time. One technique that I like to do is if I do catch my mind being pretty busy and then I'll notice it, then I'll take a deep breath in through my nose, and then I'll slowly breathe out like this. And I'll just imagine all of those thoughts coming out of me and releasing. And that feels really good and just really calms me down and brings me back into the present moment. You can also make it really enjoyable and making it a routine that you will actually stick to if you create a sacred space for your meditation practice. It's better to practice your meditations somewhere other than your bed or your work desk or your kitchen table, somewhere that you can dedicate just to meditation if you have the space for that. I know I don't always when I'm traveling and going from place to place, but it is really nice to have just a sacred place for meditation. A lot of the times people that are new, if they start off meditating in their bed, especially laying down, they can easily fall asleep. So if you're new, it is better to start your meditation practice sitting up. I occasionally do laying down meditations, and I don't have a problem with falling asleep. But sometimes I also do certain meditations to fall asleep, so it's just something to be mindful of. And like I said, it's really nice to have a sacred place. You can set up a little altar, have, some spiritual stuff around you that makes you feel really magical and at peace. And I just really love doing that personally. Another technique you can do as a beginner is to count your breaths as you're meditating. So come into meditation and start focusing on your breaths coming in and out, and count each breath and basically see how long you can go until you start noticing that you're having thoughts. And as soon as you start noticing you're having thoughts that aren't you counting your breaths, then start over and go back to 1, 2, 3, and just challenge yourself to see how high you can go with staying focused on your breaths. Eventually, as you become more experienced with meditation, like I said, there are going to be occasional periods of time where you do notice like you're not having any thoughts and it feels really, really blissful. And try when you reach those states to not let your mind get too excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it, because that will take you out of the experience. You just really want to soften and surrender into that bliss. And yeah, once you reach that, like I said, meditation just starts to get really fun, and you can, do a lot with it. I mean, a lot of people do like to just sit in silence, and that's their meditation, and that's what meditation is for them, nothing more. But I personally like to explore the different techniques that allow me to, do visualizations and help me manifest my reality that I live in and the future that I'm creating, because we really are such powerful creators, and this is an amazing practice to help you create an incredible life. All right, and the last tip I have for you all today is to bring your meditation with you throughout the day. Don't just think that your meditation is sitting down with your eyes closed, focusing on your breath, doing your meditation and then getting up out of your meditation and then slipping back into your unconscious programming of living in stress and complaining and just forgetting that you create your reality. The whole point of meditation, in my opinion, is to help us reprogram our neural pathways to improve our lives throughout every moment, to help us be more resilient when we are faced with stress and difficult times, to just have more appreciation and gratitude and bliss throughout all of our days, to appreciate the small things in every moment, because then we bring in more beauty and more amazing experiences through living in that vibration. So allow that mindfulness to be brought with you throughout the rest of your day after you come out of your meditation, and focus on really anchoring in those positive feelings that you are experiencing in your meditation. Anchor them into every cell in your being so that when you come out of your meditation, you can feel that way and just vibrate it throughout your entire body and around you, and brighten everybody's day around you because you're feeling so darn good. That's what it's all about. That's what I've experienced, and that's what I want all of you to experience, which is why I am creating these meditations for you. And I hope you will enjoy them as I release them. every month in the future, so definitely stay tuned, subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, and thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I appreciate you all so much. Leave me any comments down below if you have any questions, any recommendations for video ideas, or guided meditations styles that you like that maybe I can explore in creating as I'm creating my guided meditations. Yeah, just let me know. And I love hearing from you. I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing day. I'm sending you so much love and good vibrations. I hope you can feel it. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.